Hello and welcome back to Tales of Lumin. Today we're talking about Hearthstone and Overwatch. Morgl the Oracle and Ana. A lot of new stuff was announced over this past week and I gotta start making videos about it because there's just a lot to talk about. I mean, there are these two heroes that I just mentioned, a new one for Hearthstone. There was a minor patch that came along with it. There's a pretty major patch coming for Overwatch, and obviously with that patch comes Ana, a new support hero. We'll talk about her in just a bit. Then I think for World of Warcraft, the pre-patch is coming out this coming week. I suppose you could call it next week. And that's a huge deal, because along with that comes the wardrobe, the new talent changes and class rebalancing and all that stuff. It's going to be crazy. And then I think for Heroes of the Storm, Gul'dan was released. For StarCraft 2, the ladder revamp happened, which is also for StarCraft players a big deal. And then in the not too distant future, start of August I think, the new Diablo season starts, so there's a lot going on. Man. Right now, however, let's start by talking about Morgl the Oracle. He is a new alternate hero for Shaman, and he's a Murloc. He is damn cute. I don't think I've been able to say that about, like, any of the heroes before. Like, I'm not going to go and call Magni Bronzebeard or Khadgar cute. I don't think that word suits them very well. But Morgl the Oracle, man, what a character. All his voice lines are in Murloc, so, well, it's you're not gonna understand them, but the way he says them kind of makes sense. You know, you don't even need to see which emote was used. You can sort of hear, okay, that's him being angry, or hey, that's him greeting you, or whatever. And I like that. I like that there's a Murloc voice actor out there that did all of it as well as they did it. His portrait and stuff, super cool. It's obviously, like all the other new heroes, animated straight up. You don't need a golden hero. You don't need those 500 wins for it to be animated. His hero power obviously has a slightly different animation, just like all the other heroes. When he comes into play, then he has this cool little trail of bubbles that follows his portrait frame down. It's a good hero. I'm super happy that Blizzard added something slightly more silly for Shaman there. And if you're wondering how to get it, it's not too tough. It is a recruit a friend reward. And you can just recruit yourself super easily. It's great if you have some friends out there or family members or whatever that you can actually recruit, because it makes your life much easier. Well, not that much easier, but it is simple. If you can actually just get someone else to play and then you get the reward. But the nitty-gritty of it, the details are basically that you give your referral link to someone, they become your recruit. You can actually see in-game how many recruits you have and what level they are. All they need to do for you is get to level 20, and that's a combined class level. So the way I did it was I got all my classes on my other account to level 2 and then the mage to level 4, and that's a combined total of 20. And that's enough. Then I got the hero on my main account. So if you go and recruit or refer someone to Hearthstone, say it's your girlfriend, your mother, your father, whatever, it doesn't matter, then the second they hit level 20, you get that reward. And then for every recruit after that gets level 20, if I'm not mistaken, you get one classic card pack. It's not a lot. I think the main reward you're after is the alternate hero. And again, you can get it super easily by just doing it yourself. I think it took me about half an hour maybe? I don't know. Well worth it to get that cute little Murloc in my collection. Seriously. I played against the AI. It didn't take very long. I just used the basic decks against the AI. So I played Mage against Mage, then I played Mage against Shaman, then I played Shaman against the next one. I just kept going through all of them until I unlocked all the classes, and like all you need is basically one win with each of them to get them to level 2, and it's super quick. Not even a thing. Now, as I mentioned, there were some other changes that came along with it. I'm not going to talk about it, but I will link the rather minor patch below so you can check it out. I think the main thing that came with it was there's a different way of displaying which game mode you're playing in. There are some new little icons and stuff. They added some shading to Khadgar's portrait as well, which is something that I'd been waiting for. But there you go. If you want to get yourself a new alternate Shaman hero, it's not too tough. It doesn't take too long, and he is, like I said, well worth getting. I like him a lot. I don't like the fact that there are going to be lots of Shamans playing now because, well, Face Shaman, Aggro Shaman is already such a pain to play against. Mid-range, to me, actually even more so. You may think like aggro or face shaman is really, really tough to play against, but sometimes they just fall flat on their face. They get nothing, like a bunch of dead draws in a row. Mid-range, however, is just much more solid, and I think it has a higher win rate against a wider range of decks, so it's more problematic. Anyway, Morgl the Oracle. Check it out. Check it out below. Now we're going to move on to Overwatch and talk a little bit about Ana. Man, such a great new hero. So Ana is Ana Amari or Ana Amari. I'm not 100% sure. She's Pharah's mother. Long lost mother. There's an origin story video for you to watch, so you can just see sort of where she came from, what she's all about. I suggest you check it out because it's amazing. And there's also a comic that was released. The Overwatch comics thus far have been great. This one, no exception. It explains the history a little bit behind this hero, and she's got a lot of history. She's Pharah's mother. Okay, that right there is a big deal. And I love what she calls Pharah. She calls Pharah Fariha. I mean, that's her name, but the way she says it. Apparently they got a real Egyptian woman to be the voice actress, and she's really good. She sounds great in game. She's a support hero, and she has a bunch of interesting abilities. So she's a sniper. It's the hero that people thought would be called Sombra, and the model or skin that we saw in, I think it was one of those videos where there was like an office tour or something, and then we saw her model stand in there at the character select screen. That was just one of the epic skins. So she has a whole bunch of really cool skins and stuff. I played her on the PTR, and her abilities, firstly she's got a biotic rifle, which can both heal and damage. So if you shoot your friend with your biotic rifle, you actually heal them up. But you got to be a little bit accurate with that. Not 100% accurate. I think there's like a little triangle on your screen when you aim in that you need to have your friend in for you to heal them. So you can sort of just imagine that the hitboxes are quite a lot bigger when you heal in. But she can also do damage. Apparently no headshots though, which is probably a good thing. Else you're going to have all the Widow mains switch into Ana and just being unstoppable because they can deal damage and heal at the same time. So again, she can zoom in much like Widowmaker can. She can heal, she can damage. And I think that her attacks have like a minor or really quick damage over time on them as well. Then one of her abilities, I think it's her E, is a grenade that she tosses that both heals allies and then increases their healing for a couple of seconds, and then damages opponents and decreases the healing that's done to them by 100%. Just stops it completely. So it's very useful, and you can toss the grenade pretty far. It's got a reasonable area of effect. Then she's got a sleep dot that's got a longish cooldown, but you can put someone to sleep for 6 seconds. That's a long time. The effect is broken by damage, however, so it doesn't really, in most cases, stick for very long, because you put someone to sleep, then they lying down there on the ground, they're vulnerable, they're going to get shot immediately by one of your teammates or whatever. So unless you've got a super coordinated team that will immediately stop all fire when someone's sleeping, they're probably going to wake up immediately. But you can use that sleep dot to shut down ultis, which is great. They even have that in the gameplay trailer. They have her shooting a McCree who just started high noon up, putting him to sleep. Her ulti is Nano Boost. You can use that on an ally, and it's sort of the same as the medic in Heroes of the Storm, where it boosts their speed, their movement speed, their damage, and it reduces damage that they take. So it makes someone into like a killing machine. I've heard stories of Symmetra being super good when it's used on them. Heroes like, I suppose, Winston, where you can just jump into a group and zap them all at the same time, would be pretty cool with something like that. I mean, on tanks as well, they take less damage. It's cool. It's a nice ulti. And again, her voice lines and stuff like that are really, really great. She has some cool interactions with Pharah and then with all the other characters because she has such a history with them. She was a member of the original Overwatch, and she was like working back then with Commander Morrison and Reyes and all these people that were completely different back then. Again, the origin story will explain it all, and because of that history, she has some really interesting, like, heartwarming, touching lines with some of the other characters in the game. It's something you gotta experience for yourself. Okay, it's something that when you do get to play this hero, whether it's on the PTR or when it comes to the live game, which won't be too long from now, like I reckon in a week or two the hero should be out. I wouldn't even be surprised if it comes out this coming week. like on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever, I wouldn't be surprised because she's pretty much done. I think there might be some minor balance tweaks that they could still do to her, but she's pretty much done. So do yourself a favor, if you have Overwatch, if you've played the game or whatever, just jump in when she comes out, give her a try, if only for the flavor. I mean, it's a new support hero, that's great. It's probably going to be one of my favorite characters, just because when support is concerned, like I've played a little bit of Lucio. I'm not bad on Lucio. It's difficult to be bad on Lucio, but I'm terrible at Mercy. I suck at Zenyatta. I just don't really enjoy Symmetra very much, and she's not really support. So it's nice that they added another healer to the game, although I think that Ana is going to be one of those characters that a whole lot of people is going to want to play, and most will not be great at, and they'll sort of just abandon the whole healing thing completely and just play her full on offense. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if that's going to be really great, you know, if you're in a team with that. Obviously, when it comes out, everyone's going to be picking her, everyone's going to be playing her. You're going to have teams of like 6 Anas, and it's going to suck. It's going to suck. It really is. But it's going to be great counter picking that. Lots of wins, lots of free wins. So, along with Ana being released, and honestly, I will tell you right now, once again, it is well worth checking out the trailers, the gameplay trailer and the origin story, and I suppose also the comic, because it's really cool how much effort Blizzard put into this. The art is amazing, her skins and stuff are great. It's just worth checking out. But along with her, some major balance changes are happening. Again, I just said I want to briefly talk about it. I want to talk about the patch notes in their entirety. Just want to say they sort of fix in competitive play. The big competitive play changes are going to come with the next season, but some smaller things have been fixed. Then Zenyatta got a lot of extra health, and he now moves like a race car when he uses his ulti, which is really good. So he's going to survive a little bit easier, and I think all round he's just going to be better to play. I think his orbs also switch between targets faster now. So his Orb of Harmony and Discord, I think it's called. I don't play Zenyatta very much. Then Diva was not completely redone, but redone somewhat. Her defense matrix is now much better. You can toggle it on and off whenever you want. So I suppose you can use it sort of like a skill shot defensive. So if you know, okay, that Reaper is moving into position for an ulti now, you can wait, activate it, catch his ulti, deactivate it, save it for something else. Then maybe you see Pharah coming up above, you can quickly activate it again. It's now got its own resource bar. The resource bar, it fills up over something like 10 seconds, but you can only keep defense matrix up for a total of like 4 seconds. So you gotta be sparing with it, but it's nice to have it ready at any point. You can just toggle it on, toggle it off. It's great. Really, really cool. I like it. And some other things were changed. I don't know. I'm probably gonna forget all about the important ones. It's not that important if I'm not remembering it here. I've got actually the patch notes. I can look. Some ultimate costs were reduced, like Mercies. That's a big deal, right? Mercies are way too valuable right now with their resurrects happening like all the time. If you don't kill a Mercy when you've killed the opposing team, like all the opponents, if you don't just kill her immediately, then there's a good chance she's just going to raise the entire team and they're going to beat you down. McCree now deals more damage at a longer range. That's just a reversion of changes they made before. And then some other smaller things. Not super important. But as with the Morgl the Oracle thing, you can read more below. And I'd love to hear what you guys think about Ana. About the character, about the personality of the character. And I suppose about the gameplay, because I know some of you guys watch a lot of like Twitch TV or whatever, so I'm sure some of your favorite streamers have already jumped in there, or at least had a look at Ana if they play Overwatch. Let me know what you think. Or if you've played it yourself. I mean, the PTR for Overwatch, if you own the game, is something like 6 gigs, I think. You can download that, play on the PTR, try the hero out, try the new changes out. Pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. We were also told that there's a new map, or 4 new maps, in production at the moment. They said that they're not sure if all of them will reach the light of day. Like, we're not gonna for sure see 4 new maps coming soon, but they are working on them, and they said that it's great and they can't wait to show us and all that. But yeah, for now, tell me what you think about Morgl the Oracle and Ana, the new support hero that was added to Overwatch. I'm keen. I'm super keen for her to be released, because again, it's nice to have a support hero that you are more passionate about. I've been trying to test all the other heroes in Overwatch more extensively, trying to like find the heroes that I'm better at or that I enjoy more, and I do think that she's going to be right up there Like, she's gonna be one that I will want to play constantly, which is good. It's nice if there's a support hero that you're really passionate about and you really want to actually get out there and use. There you go. Give this one a like, share it, and do all that good stuff. Most importantly, though, happy new heroes in both Hearthstone and Overwatch. Happy that.